Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to another edition of the Crypto Mama Mia, formerly known as the Middle-Aged Mom Does Crypto. It's another Tuesday, ladies and gents. Thankful Tuesday, episode number 15. Oh man, these Thankful Tuesdays just keep flying by. It's December 8th already. We're almost to the end of 2020. So, what am I thankful for today, ladies and gents? As the year winds down to an end, I'm honestly just thankful for 2020. Now hear me out before you get all crazy listening to this video and be thinking in your head, what, Crypto Mama Mia, you're thankful for this year? Yes. Yes, I am. And let me tell you why. As crazy as this year has been, and trust me, it's been crazy for me just as much as it's probably been crazy for you. It has taught me some real long lasting lessons that moving forward in my life and hopefully in your life, I will never forget. And I will always make sure I remember these lessons from 2020. For example, you know me, ladies and gents. I am the crypto mama Mia, and I love everything crypto. But 2020 has shown me that if you have not even heard of crypto, you really should go do your due diligence. Of course, no financial advice here, ladies and gents. You all know my disclaimer in the beginning and in my description. But just look at the year. I've pulled up the chart. Look at this, ladies and gents. In a year, Bitcoin went as low as here, about 4,800, which was, let's see, I don't know. It looks like around March to a high of here, 19,517 on December 1st. So, I mean, come on. If you were into crypto before then and you held on to it in 2020, then kudos to you because in 2020, look what happened. You would have gained 159.38% just from holding it. If you bought it anywhere in this region right here, look at my crazy arrow, it's making me crazy. If you bought it anywhere here and you held on here and you sold off some here, this is what you're looking at right here, ladies and gents. A profit of 159% roughly, depending on where you bought and sold. Here's another thing I'm thankful for in 2020. My passive income, I have to say, from 2019 towards the ending to the whole of 2020, despite everything else that was going on in the world, I was consistently getting a passive income weekly. And over the year, it grew and grew and grew. In fact, it has grown to where it's a substantial amount, even for myself. I mean, I've never gotten this type of passive income, this amount in my lifetime. And I've tried all types of different passive incomes, whether it's MLMs or it's real estate or dividend stocks. I've tried them all. I really have. And I think that's why I've become the crypto mama Mia, because crypto has provided the opportunity that I have been searching for my whole life. I mean, and again, I don't like to fall in love with these things because, as you know, nothing lasts forever. We don't last forever. Businesses don't last forever. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find a business that is still around from, the 1800s or the 1700s. They either die off or they evolve. And so this is what's happening in the crypto verse. I've gotten into programs and businesses and platforms that, they promise the moon and they deliver nothing. They fall down to earth with a big thud. I'm going to just name a few just so you're aware. BitConnect, USI Tech, those types of things. I did try my hand at those, and I thought, they could at least last to a point where I could make my even my capital back and like get a good profit and stash that away. Nope, that didn't happen because I didn't learn the hard lessons that I guess I needed to learn at the time, but trust me, I have learned them now. And that is why 2020 has been one of those great years for me despite everything else. I mean, yes, it had its low points and I'm still struggling through some low points, but it has definitely had its high points and its highlights. Another one that I was looking at and have gotten into is Cubitech. Again, this whole idea of passive income has for me really come into place in 2020. I think it even started with like crazy ass hypes like my micro profits. I made a good chunk of money crypto from something crazy like my micro profit. So I totally appreciated that. I totally appreciate Cubitech. I am almost to the point where I have withdrawn what I have put in. I'm getting close to that point. It'll be quicker than the 4 months or whatever it was slated to take. If you're just a regular person wanting to get a return, then it would take about 4 months, right? Because 25% a month. But because I am a small YouTuber, it has again built up my passive income. And I'm not trying to tell you this because I'm trying to boast about 2020. I am just talking about this because, ladies and gents, if it's possible for me, it is definitely possible for anyone. Just even if you're not a YouTuber, if you're just being smart with your just even your own money, again, not financial advice, whether you put it into crypto or not. If you see profits and you've been taking them out, or if you've seen opportunities, whether they're with crypto or off of crypto, and you run with it, 2020 probably is a good year for you because that's definitely what's happening with me. Of course, like I said, there have been the low lights, but 2020, despite everything else, I think it has shown me that despite anything going on at any time, there are things out there that can make a year a great year if that's what you choose to make it. So that's that. That is what I am thankful for on this Tuesday, December 8th, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that, this message gets to you and maybe it'll help you understand that, hey, 2020 was a caca year, but in retrospect, it might have been one of the best years ever. You just have to look at certain things. And again, not financial advice, just trying to tell you what I'm thankful for as I do every Tuesday. Like this last Tuesday, I am definitely thankful for you, my Crypto Mama Mia community. And that's why I think 2020 has been a great year for me. Because look, I even got to my 1,000 subs and now I'm doing a holiday giveaway. If you have not joined that or entered that yet, check it out. It was published on December 1st. It was my Thankful Tuesday episode number 14. Here it is. And yes, please go do check it out. In fact, and please do click on this, show more, so that you actually read the directions on what you need to do. Because there's things you need to do. You don't just get to put in your BTC address and be like, yay, I'm entered. No, there's a few rules, which it's not that complicated. Just go check it out. And I have been reading some of the comments and I really am appreciative of that. I think that's why 2020 is a great year because despite everything else, people out there are still finding it in their hearts to be nice. I mean, this year, it's so easy to be a dick. It really is. But a lot of people out there are still some really nice people with some really nice comments. I mean, look at this person. Even like simple comments like this makes my day. Like this person here says that I have a lovable voice. And then they love that Muscle is always uploading videos, which he always is, ladies and gents. He is like the hardest working guy in crypto. And then Nobody Crypto too. He has a great voice. He has that raspy, almost, I don't know how to describe it, kind of fun voice to listen to. And again, I am just so thankful that in 2020 there are just some nice people still. So there's a lot of things to be thankful for in 2020, ladies and gents, despite all the caca that's going on. So I just wanted to take time out from my year to dedicate one of my Thankful Tuesday episodes to that. 2020. I've met a lot of great people in 2020, whether it was other YouTubers or just even commentators in my videos. So there's just a lot for me personally to be thankful for. Despite all my struggles that I'm going through, I have to say there's a whole plethora of things to be thankful for. So that is my video for today, ladies and gents. I hope that you are all having a great day or night wherever you are. I hope that you are staying safe, staying healthy, staying sane. If you have not already, please like and subscribe or enter our giveaway. Other than that, leave me a comment if you want. I do try to answer the comments when I see them. But yes, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you at the next video. Adios.